I be flossing. That's literally what he sounds like. What do you mean by that lyric? I be flossing.
I be flossing. Welcome back to AgCast episode 4. We've been doing this for a month now. Let's go.
A month?
Wait,
it's
month?
Actually
1 month. Yeah.
On Friday, I guess, since it'll be the uploaded.
Yeah.
So sheesh.
So let's get right into it. The boys went on a little adventure this weekend.
The podcast boys plus offspring.
Plus one.
Not offspring. Little brother. Podcast.
Jojo has brother. A kid.
Yeah, I did his little brother, but
we'll go with that.
We went to the abandoned mansions in Branson, Missouri. A lot of you have probably seen them like blowing up on TikTok and stuff. We saw the videos blowing up on TikTok, and we're like, hey, we know where those are. We're gonna go down there. We got some clips for an upcoming video that will be posted soon. By the time you are watching this, we've actually gone back in the daylight and recorded some clips.
Hypothetically, we went there.
Hypothetically speaking.
And hypothetically, we're going back.
As a joke.
Like all this, all the footage is completely edited. Like we just made it on our own.
It's all CGI.
Yeah, it's all,
Like we never
for
actually
legal
went there.
purposes.
We never actually went there.
Yeah.
And I think we have to say, don't do this.
Don't
at all.
Don't go there.
Don't go there.
There.
It's trespassing. You don't go there.
Yeah. But so hypothetically, if you do go, I'm kidding.
No one's stopping you except for maybe the police. So
yes, and the treacherous journey to get down there. So you better not be overweight and fat, or else it's going to be a struggle.
Looking at you, Jojo.
Not like to your brother, but I'm saying if you're like not an athletic, you're going to be huffing and puffing.
Oh, Jordan was. Oh yeah, my little brother went with us. I mean, hypothetically,
hypothetically he went with us.
If we were to go, he had gone with us.
No, he's actually been there before, but non-hypothetically. Like he actually went, and the cops showed up and caught him.
Yeah.
But since we went hypothetically, obviously we were never there. So how are they supposed to catch us?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. So I mean, it was honestly kind of like a horror film.
Dude, it was fucking creepy.
Hypothetically, it was like it would have been like a horror film.
Stop with the hypothetical stuff. It's so annoying.
No, it was creepy because we went at night and like there's like people broke the glass and shit because everybody's a fucking degenerate and they want to break shit. So like, and it was windy when we went. Yeah. So like you'd be in the house and wind would go and you just hear glass like skirting across the room.
It would sound like somebody's below you and like coming up the stairs.
Yeah,
like,
all the blinds were like shaking and moving.
Yeah. It was and like just looking like when we came out of the woods hypothetically, they were just there. Like they just look so ominous just in the valley. You're just like,
that's why we have to go back in the day.
Yeah, because our cameras couldn't pick up, like you just couldn't grasp like how big these things were. I know like on the video, like I've driven by there. That's why I was familiar with them and knew that we could go. But like just the TikTok video, they're kind of like down in a valley. So these mansions, they look big, but they're so much bigger once you're like down on their level. And you're like looking around, especially like at night when it's just like kind of a black blob. Like it's kind of scary.
Like they're not mansions. Like what I was like telling my parents hypothetically after I went there was like, dude, you think of mansions and you think of
stop with hypotheticals.
You think of like huge, like big long house. They're not. They're like condo style of big. So they're like up. Yeah. It's like San Francisco type. Like they're big because there's like 3 levels. Yeah. They're like up, and each level is like has like a living room and like a common area and then bedrooms. Mm-hmm. So like I went into it thinking like, oh, these are going to be like 1 to 2 stories, just huge, right? Yeah. Maybe 3 stories, but like it was like weird to see that it was
the
like
height. Like it's not really like huge. It's not really the width. It's
vertically. Yeah, they ain't girthy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're skinny and long. And there's a ton of rat shit. Hypothetically. There's a ton of rat shit. But it was cool though. And what I don't understand is why they don't like. I understand they don't want people going there because if like you get hurt, it's like a liability or whatever. Like if like some fucking retard falls off the building, then like I'm gonna sue Branson or whoever owns the land at this point.
Well, I mean the land is actually for sale. So I'm just assuming it's.
Let's buy it.
Yeah, with our YouTube money.
Let's buy it. Yeah, all of our what did we get? How many views did we get on the last one?
If this video gets 50
views,
if this gets 50 views, we're going back and we're buying it.
Yeah.
I wonder how much it is actually though. Like, because it was supposed to be like a huge project, and they have a lot of land. Also, why were they so spaced out? Like, you think they would like build each of them? Like, here, let's build this house. Let's go like this, you know? Yeah, but they were like, there'd be 2 here, 1 way over here, and then like 2 more way down the road, and then like 3 more way down the road.
Well, here's what you have to think about. Like, it was supposed to be a huge resort. And I think it was supposed to have like the world's largest indoor water park in there. It was this huge project. And I think there was probably going to be like have it spaced out and probably maybe a nice lawn right there, maybe a fountain or something. So like it's probably like part of the plan, or they just had built some before others. I don't know.
Oh,
but like,
and if
the stories, what?
I was gonna say, if you guys don't know, it was being made in like 2007, and like the 2008 housing market crash happened, and they went completely bankrupt. That's why they're still there and just barely. Some of them have no walls, like they didn't even get to the walls.
It's just the studs. And honestly, we couldn't really tell like in the dark, but we were shining like flashlights on it. Honestly, it doesn't really look like it's been sitting there since 2007. It looks like it's just a normal construction site. That's just. It'll be finished like a couple months from now,
except for the random outside rebar and walls. But
yeah, that goes back to the people just being idiots, like breaking shit. I'm like, I don't understand that. Like, why would you want to go there and be like, this is so dope, let's throw a fucking rock through the window?
There was jam. What was that? We walked into a house. There was like jam.
It was like a trail just
everywhere.
On the wall and shit. I was like, yeah, we tried it actually.
That's pretty good.
50
likes. 50 likes and we'll
If we get 50 likes, we'll try the jam.
If we get 1 view, we'll go back and lick the jam off the wall. Yeah. Or when we go again, we'll lick the jam off the wall for the video.
Yeah.
Dude, wait. You know what we could do? We could bring our own jam and then act like we licked the jam that was already put on the wall for the video.
We'll cut this part out then. That's a good idea.
I know,
That's TikTok content right there. Holy shit, we're doing that.
Ooh.
We're doing that. We're leaving this in the fucking podcast.
We bring a jar of jam, get in a spoon, okay? We go back and have JoJo act like he's taking off the wall. Next clip is him with a spoonful of jam, and he just eats it.
Or we bring our own jam and we tell Sam we're doing it for the video, but we show him the old jam and make him eat that instead of the new one that he thinks he's eating.
You have to lick it for the video.
Like you see the jar, like we just cleaned off the wall and everything, like here, and like give him the finger
actually
of
likes it though. He's like, ooh, this is pretty good.
What if it's not jam though?
It's definitely jam. There's no way.
To be.
But what if it's not?
What else would it be? It's like chunky.
Did you taste it?
There's seeds in it.
Did you lick it? You don't know if it's fucking jam.
You're right. We'll have to test that out.
Yeah.
Next time we go, we'll test that out.
Yeah.
We'll bring it back to the lab and
bring it back to testing.
Yeah.
Walk into the high school. Hey, can you guys test this in the labs, in the science labs for us, please?
Aren't the developers of that project? Aren't they in prison right now?
No clue. I didn't do that much research on it.
I'm pretty sure. What I was looking at, like they were embezzling investors' money or something, and so they're in prison.
Don't know, don't care.
That's
yeah.
I
think it's better.
Dude,
off.
I will say those okay, I don't want to call them like houses because I'm pretty sure what their purpose was like you rent out one of them for like a weekend or a week. So I would like,
that
I think it would be, they're more like condos or like timeshares, because I know Branson's big on having timeshares.
Yeah, that actually make a lot of sense.
I think it's like those, but like the outside, the design is super cool. It's like there's like brick that's like coming out of just, and like, they all match
each other, which is kind of cool.
What a fucking
there was a duplex, which I thought was weird. They had a duplex,
weren't there?
Yeah, and they're like literally the exact same on each side. I was like, wow, I can't.
That's what a duplex is, Sean.
I know, but I was just like, I can't believe they would do a duplex when they got like then they're like right across the street. There's a single house 3-story banger, and you're gonna choose the duplex, and here your neighbors the fucking on vacation.
Nice. It looked nice.
They were really nice. I thought it was just a elongated house. Because all of them, like you said, they're very narrow, and then you just got one fucking duplex, and you're like, oh, this one's huge. And then you go in and you realize that it's just mirrored.
What I did notice though is their rooms were not that big. Like in each of the houses we went in.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just tall. Like the roofs are really tall, and it's like the rooms look small. And I also hated how like some of them were like the kitchen and the living room were technically like on the second level. Like I hated that. Because like you walk in through the first level and there's no fireplace or anything, but then you go up to the second level and there's the fireplace and like the kitchen area, and you're like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, like these, maybe these guys weren't the smartest, the ones designing it.
When I think about it, like when I went, my uncle owns a timeshare in Branson. When I went up there, that's how.
Oh, he owns a timeshare? How's he liking that? Most people regret that.
Oh, dude, he has like 1 million. They use it like all the time.
Oh, really? I get if you get good use out of it, then
they use it all the time. And then he gets like a ton of deals because he has so many. And then he'll get like a free one that's like way bigger that he can go and stay in for like a weekend. But that's how they all are. It's very narrow and just up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
let's save space that way.
Yeah. But I thought that was interesting. My initial thought was like, oh, these are gonna be some mansions, but they're pretty much just like condos and resorts.
Yeah.
Still
but
cool,
we're definitely gonna go back and try filming some videos in the daylight, exploring them. We have some clips from night, but you can't really see anything from that. So we'll go back. If a video does not come out, it means we probably got caught. And
no, that's still coming out. That's better. That's better clickbait.
Except what if we can't even like get in? Like the amount of clips.
Well, yeah.
Plus
if we
plus getting
if
caught.
If we don't get in, you might see a TikTok.
Yeah. You'll be likely to see a fucking TikTok.
That's the extent.
If we
have we ever shouted out our TikTok on this?
I don't
think we have. Follow us on TikTok. It's AgFam official, I think.
It'll be in the description. It'll be in the description.
Yeah. Go follow us.
That's what every shitty ass YouTuber does when they don't like remember their own socials. Like, oh, it'll be in the description.
In the description. Yeah. Link in the description. But that's our. We plan on making some TikToks out of it. So if you don't want to watch a 10-minute video of us fucking around in mansions,
we really need to get into the TikTok game. That's where it's at.
We do.
TikTok's insane right now.
It's the only way to fucking just get big. TikTok.
I don't think it's the only way, but I think it's like it's the tool.
Way. It's
the tool.
Way.
It's one of the easiest ways. I think.
Right now, yeah.
Okay, so I was watching Impulsive, and they had the 24 karat golden. You know that rapper that got famous.
I watched that episode.
Yeah. Okay. Did you hear him when he said that he thinks that like A$AP Rocky is the last like musician to come out of nowhere without any social media?
Yeah.
Because nowadays you have to have like a social media following or have like something blow up on some platform. You can't just like get signed by somebody anymore just because you release shit on like Spotify.
I think what he was talking about there is he brought up like another point, like not just social media, but like you have to be something else. You can't just be, and he was talking about it from the artist perspective. He was talking about like, you can't just be an artist nowadays. You have to be a content creator. You got to be on like TikTok. You got to be on YouTube. You got to have some other platform. You can't just, people just know you from your music. Like that's really hard for artists.
True.
Yeah,
I think he's right to a certain degree, but there's some people out there that are just like insanely talented that they don't have to do shit.
There's like, just imagine all the people that are extremely talented that we aren't hearing about because they don't have a social media presence.
No, but it's like I'm talking about like artists like if you want to look at like Lady Gaga or somebody like that, like they don't have like a huge social media presence. They're just
but they were already established.
They've been around for a long time. I think in that interview he was talking about like 2014 was like whenever the social media presence started.
Billie Eilish, she just made music. She didn't have like any. Yeah, she's just famous off music. She didn't do anything else.
I believe in.
But that's what I'm talking about. Like, a lot. If you promoted a lot on like TikTok and stuff like that, didn't she?
No, TikTok wasn't a thing when she got famous.
Oh, really?
No, she was like 2014. 2014 was her first album, so she was already like signed by. Okay. But like that's what I'm talking about. Like she is like insanely talented. Like if you hear her sing live without anything, it's like sounds the exact fucking same, right?
Yeah, opposed to some artists who only use like auto tune and you hear them live, and it's like, wow, that was
it's like this is a disappointment. Garbage. Like if you watch her Genius interview compared to like other people's, it's like who's got the real talent here?
Dude, every time I think of Genius interviews, I think about that one chick who was like, what if I'm the mod?
Oh!
Do you remember that?
Gabby Hanna. Yeah. Like Gabby Hanna, yeah. They had to cut to the outside mic because she peaked.
Yeah.
Oh, that's goofy. I remember just watching like music people like review that, and they're like, Jesus Christ, why is she so loud? They're like, Genius did her dirty too by switching to the other, like the camera mic.
Yeah. If I was filming that, like I bet they thought like, ooh, this might go viral. That was ridiculous what she just did. But like, if you have a conscience, you should at least tell her like, hey, maybe let's shoot that clip again.
Like not as loud.
Not as loud.
Maybe that was like the 10th try, and they're like, "Fuck it, we just have to."
Yeah, you're like, okay, you're done.
No, they should have told her, "Be like, can you be like other artists and just like say your lyrics?"
Yeah,
talk.
That's what all shitty artists do. They know they can't they know it's gonna sound like shit, so they're like, "Just fuck two bitches," or some shit like that. You know.
I mean, that's better than actually making a fool of yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
they
have the right idea.
Also, Genius is like, why do they have some of the people on? Like the Backpack Kid, they had him on and explained the flossing.
The flossing one, yeah.
Dude, Genius is definitely in it for the clout.
Yeah,
they are definitely in it for the clout. They want the memes and everything. I'd be flossing. That's really what he sounds like. What do you mean by that lyric? I'd be flossing.
I'd be flossing. Didn't you try to sue Fortnite because of the flossing dance?
Yeah, I'm sure they just settled though. They probably just cut him a fucking check.
No, they didn't.
No way.
He lost in court.
No way.
No way, because he didn't technically make it.
Because they determined that he wasn't the founder.
Yeah, I think they found like a video.
It became like you can't like trademark a dance.
Yeah, that's true.
So. Have you seen the Backpack Kid recently though? He's like completely different. Like he's super into the gym. Like he's like he's low key getting toned.
How old is he now?
Probably around our age, I would assume. Maybe a little bit younger.
He was younger than us whenever.
Oh, then he's probably like 15, 16, 17.
Yeah, a lot of people like, just fall off though.
Yeah, his content now is like super like he's like, dude, I was an idiot. And like so he's like I see him pop up on my TikTok page because all the comments are like, "Oh my god, this is a Backpack Kid."
Is he just on TikTok or is he on YouTube as well?
His Instagram's still, I think, the Backpack Kid. I think.
Are you talking like for other stuff? That's the thing that like that type of content, like you can't carry that over. Like you can't like be successful in that. Like you have to try and you have to branch out to other things. So, like all of their content, like he's not flossing anymore. I just
like look at
he's not dancing.
Supreme Patty, the long neck dude,
they've all fallen
weird
off.
that had like millions of the. Let's be honest.
They're popular because they're weird.
Yeah,
like that's it.
And then
they capitalize on that, and then people just get tired of the content. Like it might be fun at first, but you know.
I'll be honest, I followed some of them when it was popular, and then I've like gone through and unfollowed all of them because I'm like, this is what am I watching?
And they're all grouped together too. Have you noticed that? Like they all
they found each other. They all found each other.
Yeah. It's so weird. Each other. Yeah. Like if you go on Long Neck's Instagram, he has like all these like little like it's like a TikTok house, but for like a bunch of like weird circus freaks.
Yeah.
Like I know that's like that sounds like mean, but like that's like what their advertising is. They're weird, you know.
Yeah, they're like he's like promoting the fact that he's got like a extremely
long neck. The other one of the other guys like what is it called?
Dick neck.
Wide neck.
The wide neck. That's what it was. Wide neck.
That was funny.
He went to prison. Guy with his eyes that pop out.
Yeah, the guy that pops his eyes out. I hit the mic.
The guy with his mouth that he can pull like. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, they all like live together.
But that's literally what it is like that's what circus freaks were back in the day. Is like people who just had weird like things.
Now it's just online.
No, it's online, and they all live in a house together instead of a tent.
Yeah,
that's.
I feel like in the past there was like a desire like among the internet for those types of creators, like the Supreme Patties who would like physically hurt themselves.
Sled kid
content. Sled gang.
It's falling off. It doesn't carry over.
Well, no, the thing with him, I feel like he could have gone a little bit further, kind of where Supreme Patty has taken it.
The merch, swipe up for free ice.
Remember whenever
swipe up the ice though.
Remember when that sled kid went down this huge amount of stairs and his like whole body
he's
like,
hospitalized,
snapped in half. Yeah, and he like stopped posting after that. Mm-hmm. That was like the last thing.
Yeah, he should have kept going.
And then Instagram started like removing a ton of his stuff.
Was big.
And so like he got nuked. If that like sled incident didn't occur, then he probably could have, I think held on a little bit longer.
Yeah, he would have.
I think he could have been like one of those. Okay, you know that kid that kind of is like Danny Duncan. He has like the same sort of merch. Like he just does like
Balin Levine.
I
really like his videos.
Yeah, he could have done something like that, like where you just transition into that because it's basically the same thing, just less fucking rude and shit to other people.
Yeah.
Like it's more toned down. Like he could have gone that route, but I mean, he did snap his whole body, so I'd probably stop doing shit as well.
he returned though. He returned. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Is he still sledding?
He tried to make a comeback. I don't think it worked. I don't think. Yeah, I think he already lost.
Instagram, the huge censorship of like all that, you can't. Yeah. It's hard to come back from that.
Yeah, I still follow
you have TikTok now. I don't think TikTok's going to be removing those videos. They put like the warning and stuff, but
yeah,
TikTok this could result in like serious injury or some shit like that.
Yeah. So
I don't know. A lot of those people, none of that fame, like it's not long lasting unless you make it long lasting. Like who's a good example of that? Who like got like hella clout and they just carried it over.
From like doing, are you talking about specifically doing like the stuff they were like?
Yeah, just kind of like dumb
hurting themselves.
Yeah.
Oh
is there anyone right now?
Supreme Patty's the closest one, and he fell off hard as well.
Fell off though, yeah. That's a thing.
Except he's still somewhat. He's still around. He's still making content.
Oh yeah, well,
but you don't see him.
Yeah. But you don't see him. But I still think he's doing pretty well for himself.
He's doing
not as well as at his peak, whenever he was like putting lemons in his eyes. And jumping off buildings. But I think he still has some success. I wasn't saying he was jumping off buildings. He would just hurt himself for content.
There's really not anybody, I don't think, that's made like to where they're producing the same or close to the same amount of like revenue / views that they were when they were doing the dumb stuff.
The thing is, like, people some of those people, they get too comfortable in the content that they're making, and they don't realize that like there's going to be a shift and people aren't going to want to watch the same thing over and over again. People are going to get tired of you. So you have to like move with the trends, and you gotta walk away at some point.
You gotta adapt. Like you can't, it's like in like all, like really it's like in life. Like you can't just be complacent because it's not going to be like that forever.
Are we allowed to talk about a YouTuber who went to Kickapoo High School?
No.
No?
God,
I want her on the podcast.
I do want her on the podcast.
Oh, I wonder who that could be.
I didn't name her.
You're right. It could be anyone.
It could be anyone. Yeah.
If you guys have the slightest idea, which you probably don't, who we're talking about, but shoot her some comments saying join the pod. Can I please
talk about her? It won't be like negative.
Okay, yeah, you can talk about it.
Okay.
Then.
So,
but like, I thought you were about to like shit on somebody. You went on the podcast, and I was like, bro, that is not smart.
No. So, I mean, she has done well for herself, or had done well for herself. She, I know a lot of people like made fun of. Oh, I'm talking about Sydney McGee. If you don't know who I'm talking about, a lot of people at school like made fun of her and stuff for making her YouTube videos, but she was actually making like a lot of money off of it, way more than some people.
We're assuming because we don't know for sure,
right?
Well, I mean, just like off like other YouTubers that like disclose like how much money they make. Like if you just take it down a notch, she was probably making.
Yeah. She was making a good
better
amount
than like us working an hourly wage job.
She dropped out of high school to then continue making her videos, and she actually like, I think her biggest flex is that she was featured like on PewDiePie's channel.
I don't. That's kind of a flex, and it like because like no press is bad press, right? But like she
was being made fun of, but she was cool about it. That's the thing.
Yeah, she was
cool about it, and she got a ton of people like to go to her channel. So like it was kind of
a lot of traction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but like recently, like I'd always like, I think there's another couple in Springfield that has a YouTube channel.
Had they broke up.
Oh.
Don't do a couple channel. If I had to tell you anything, do not revolve your character, content. Your online presence, your content around someone else like that.
Because then if something happens and you guys break up, then that's the end of your channel.
You're not going to like start like the YouTube channel with just you.
Yeah.
Like no one's going to watch that. Like they're obviously watching for the couple or whatever.
But. Yeah, he's talking about Jack and Gabby. Yeah, they broke up a while ago. I saw it on TikTok, which is weird because like they live close to us, but I found out this information from somebody who I like just random TikTok account that was like, I can't believe they broke up, and I was like,
oh wow,
they had a lot. They had like over 1 million.
No way.
He's the only one.
Let me see if their channel is still up. If like whoever took over, Jack and Gab, I think is what it was called.
Yeah. So Sydney McGee's like the only one we know that's still going at it.
So the guy originally had the channel and he just changed the name from Jack and Gab to his new girlfriend, which is Jack and JC.
No way.
That's funny.
Wait, how many subscribers do they have?
They have 1.82 mil.
Okay, so what are their views? Has their views gone down since the breakup?
They're averaging. They're just averaging 100K. This random one has like 500K to 1 mil. There's some random ones that get a lot.
Jesse or with Gab?
With the new girl.
Really?
I feel like as a fan base, like they'd be like, no, we reject.
Look at the comments.
Reject this.
Don't play the video audio, but look at the comments.
I feel like I kind of want to move past this. I don't feel like talking about these people for this long. I mean, it's kind of whatever.
I never knew they existed. I'm not gonna lie.
I will say I don't think we'll ever have. Never mind. You know what? In case we want to have that Jack guy on the podcast, I'll save it for when he's on. Basically, is what I'm saying. I'll ask him a question.
What I was saying about Sydney McGee is recently she's starting to change her content because I think her views have gone down and she's kind of realized like, oh, I can't do the same thing over and over again. So you kind of see that shift from her, which it's good that she's catching it like this early on.
I think
she can kind of recover.
I think she's a little late.
Hold your thought, Hunter. I think we should keep that for if we ever have her on. Because this is a good thing to talk about with her. Yeah. Because she's actually doing it. And I don't want to like burn ourselves out talking about her before we even have her on. Plus we don't know the full story, so I want to like make sure like she with the information she's comfortable disclosing to us.
Yeah.
what's up and everything. So I would say we save it.
Okay,
that's a good idea.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Hunter, fanboy over here.
Yeah,
just wants to talk about everyone.
I just really want her on, man.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to have her on. I mean,
awesome.
have you guys met her in person? I've met her in person twice.
So I actually
she probably doesn't remember me, but I have met her.
So that sounds so stupid, by the way.
What?
Just like the whole like, I don't know, like I've met her twice. Like we're like some like fan club.
No, I'm just saying like because like that. Like we actually like I met her in like a fan type way, and then I've also met her in just a normal social environment where it was just like nobody cared that she was a YouTuber.
Back whenever she was still in high school before she dropped out, but she was still doing the YouTube thing. I met her at a DECA competition.
Did she actually drop out, or did she just finish online?
I think she finished her and got her GED.
I would stop using dropout.
Stop saying that she dropped.
So she dropped because that sounds really shitty.
I don't know what the.
She basically finished her school online. Like she just went homeschooled. Pretty much.
We don't know.
I'm pretty sure she did.
She did.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she did.
Yeah.
Because she was like a senior when it happened.
Yeah.
Did you do that, JoJo?
Do what?
Did you finish your school online?
Yeah. No, I didn't drop out of it. I just did
stop using the word. Should I stop using the word dropout?
Yeah.
No, because she didn't actually like drop out. She just went homeschool because she was getting bullied in high school.
Which honestly, like, I don't know why.
I mean that's.
I heard so many people like making fun of her in high school for making her videos. Yet I know for a fact, like she was making more money than them, and like
it's just jealousy.
You can't hate on her grind. Like she wasn't doing anything
to hurt you or like
hurt you
fuck
or
with your life.
Yeah. I was talking to this guy at the gym, and he was talking about kind of the same thing. He's like, yeah, like I'll have people come up to me like, wow, like you're wearing like all like fucking what brand is it, Lululemon or some shit like that. Yeah. He's like, oh, you're wearing all Lululemon, like you're some kind of fanboy. He's like, no, I'm actually like sponsored by them. And like, oh, that's so cool. Like they just immediately flip as soon as they like find something out like that. I just think that's kind of funny. Because like if they were in the same situation, they'd be like, oh, you guys are just bullying me because I'm like big. But like they kind of do the same thing. Which it's like I get it. You know?
Yeah, it's like jealousy because like let's be honest, at least I know for us, all of us would have loved to do that in high school. Like have her kind of following and her lifestyle. That would have been so cool. And so people were just mad that she was like that.
It's so easy to like just shit on someone when like.
Yeah. And the thing is, they probably never said it like, oh, I can't speak on this, but I feel like a lot of those people wouldn't say it to her face.
Oh, no.
You know, they'd probably be like say something completely different, like, "Oh, I love what you're doing."
No, I like that's so cool. Like YouTube and stuff like that.
Exactly, and then behind closed doors, like, "Oh, look at her!" Like,
look at this grin. Like,
I'm not gonna say right now. You know?
Like when I was in high school, I thought her content was cringe, but I never was like. She like made fun of her for it because I knew what niche she was going for.
Yeah.
Like that was a very girl-driven, teen girl-driven content, and obviously I'm not a teen woman, so like
you're not gonna like.
That's another thing.
I'm not gonna like it.
That'd be another reason people would shit on her too.
Yeah, but like I respected the fact that she was able to build up that much following.
You know,
on her grind.
Cannot hate on other creators for what videos they put out. Unless it's like harming someone or it's
straight up copying.
Yeah.
Copying. But like you can't hate on their grind. You cannot do that. If you do not like the video, you can express that. Like, this isn't my type of video. I don't like this. But you can't be like
you can't be jealous about it. That's just it. At the end, I really think it's just everybody's jealous that, oh my God, they got this many views off this.
I mean, I remember when I was in high school, I was a Sydney McGee hater. You know, like I'm not a hater.
The next podcast, we're gonna be like, guess what? If you ever have her on, JoJo fucking hated.
No. Like, I didn't hate her, but like I was just like everyone else. You know, like I think like most like not. I wasn't like shitting on her. You know, but it was like like you don't like the content, so of course like you're like like, how'd she get that many views off of like this? Like, she's just like, but like, that's like the niche that she's doing, you know? And she's like, but it's so easy just to shit on people. Like, of course, like I understand that now. Like, I'm like,
we're older. I think we realize it.
Yeah.
Like everybody makes stupid decisions while they're in high school. That's how you learn. One.
Right.
Like you can't learn from mistakes you don't make. Doesn't make any sense.
You can, but like things like that you
like
aren't
if you're
aware
taught,
of.
if you're taught that, like you learn it. But if you're unfamiliar with it,
exactly,
you're not going to learn unless you mess up.
Right.
And then you learn from that.
But like doing the whole YouTube thing myself, and then like growing up,
like
and just seeing more of it, becoming more
like we've
comfortable with it.
I don't think we've experienced hate yet for like doing our but I know some people have probably talked some shit about it. Like there's no way there hasn't.
Oh yeah.
Like there's people that didn't like us that I know of that probably were like, we could do this better, or like fuck them.
I'm sure
shit.
they could.
Like,
oh yeah,
probably.
Do it.
Do it. Let's see you consistently every week put out a podcast.
But I mean, like I get it though. Like our first podcast was shit. Like the one where we were all together. Like one,
but we had to start somewhere.
Yeah,
at least we like we got there and we did it, and like we probably got shit on for it, but like that started what we're doing now, obviously. Because I doubt we would have ever been doing this.
There's a creator that I watch that they like put out a video talking about like it was talking about like the one thing that new YouTubers like ignore or don't pay attention to. You need to recognize that your videos are bad. They're bad, and you need to recognize that. And if you like have a mindset like, oh, they're great, they're perfect, you're never going to people improve. Liking it, you're never going to improve. If you always go in with the mindset of, oh, this was terrible. Like if we go in with the mindset of like this podcast, terrible, we could do so much better. I know for a fact we could, but we
are aware that like we could do a lot of things better.
Yeah,
we're limited right now, but I know that like right now we're learning, we're doing this consistent, and we're just going through the motions. And I know all of us recognize this is not the best it could be. We can make it a lot better.
Well, like for starters, my lighting and camera and mic could all be way better because I'm using a laptop camera. I'm using a gamer headset mic, and I don't currently have a light in my room, and I'm using TikTok lights for lighting.
Bro, I need a new headset. I look like RoboCop over here.
Like, there's plenty. Like, we recognize, like, and we could flow better. We could talk better. Like all this stuff, but we're learning.
Like you can't get there. Like if you you can't be like experienced in front of camera if you were never in front of the camera.
Exactly.
Like that's impossible. You can't just like immediately just like flip, you know?
Like if you look at YouTubers like a long time ago, they were awkward when they were in front of the camera. Yep. And you see them now and it's like
Jacksepticeye recently released a video of it's some guy who like that's what like he studies. Like that's what like he breaks down like behaviors of people and like their hand motions, how they talk, you know, and how like if their voice is forced and their emotions, like their physical signs, like verbal there's weird names, like terms for him, but it's like a science. And he goes like deep into it. Like Jacksepticeye is reacting to his video, and there's so much of it that like you don't realize at the time.
Yeah,
you know, even like the like you yourself, because that's what it is. It's all subconscious. Yeah. So, but I think that's like it's really interesting. The
right now,
you grow and like you subconsciously do things.
Yeah, right now we are in our awkward stage.
Oh yeah,
that's what we're in.
Yeah,
for sure.
Which is also why we're gonna wait to have people on, especially.
Yeah. But what I will say though is like we are in our awkward stage, but like we have put some effort into it. Like we're not like I'm pretty sure you could probably find some worse podcasts than the one you're listening to right now.
Oh yeah,
on YouTube.
Well, this is the best fucking podcast on YouTube. What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about, Sean?
Fuck, I forgot. Obviously every other podcast is garbage compared to ours. Yeah, my bad. No, but like it could get a lot worse than what it is.
So be grateful.
No, don't be grateful, but like let's not shit on ourselves too much because like we had to put in some work to even do this.
Oh, I'm not shitting myself. Hunter kind of went hard. He was a little hard. She's like
we don't need to think it's terrible. We all like I just listed off 3 things that I'm aware of that can make my side of the podcast better.
Yeah.
Like me personally, I know what I can make better. And then obviously we can get together as a whole and probably list off like 25 or whatever else we can do better.
I wasn't saying we haven't put enough.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I think I know for a fact we have all put in a lot of effort into this. And I know we're going to continue to do that. So
I think it's fun. I like doing it too.
Yeah.
So
even
helps.
if this doesn't go anywhere, like I still just haven't like a sit down conversation with the boys. Like
that's a reason to
cut there.
Yeah,
it's just like when I get done with the podcast, my day's better. Like I just feel better. I'm like, I just talked like I think it was the second podcast. I just got the dog, right? Was that the second or third?
Yeah.
And I was drained on sleep, like physically exhausted from working. Like I'm gonna say this, and everybody's gonna call me a bitch, but I worked 30 hours a week for like the first time in my life. So I was like mentally drained, and physically exhausted. And after the podcast, I just felt like I was like, man, like I'm like this is like my normal personality. Like I'm not.
You know what I think it is? We don't see each other a lot, and we don't have like conversations, like these types of conversations a lot, just because of our schedules and how busy we are. And we used to do that all the time. And it's kind of just refreshing.
It is
just to kind of just have like, you know, one day a week is set aside, you know, to just come here and talk about whatever we want, whatever's on our mind. You know?
Yeah. That's a good thing for our younger viewers too. Like if you're about to graduate high school, life hits fast and fucking hard. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Like especially with COVID happening for us, it was like we were in school, then there was like just this like fever dream of like what was it, like 6 months, maybe 5?
I don't remember.
And then 2020. And then boom, we were like adults. You had to have a job. You're in college. You're thinking about your future. Like, what the fuck? Like, I just recently bought a car for myself with my own money. Like, it's and this is all happening in like the first year of me being out of high school.
Yeah.
And it's like, Jesus Christ, like, enjoy. I know everybody says like enjoy your time in high school, but like while I was there, I was always just like,
yeah, you never listen.
You don't think about it until
you don't have that hindsight. You do not have the hindsight.
You don't know what it's like on the other side, and it's I'm not gonna say it's not as fun because you have a lot more like freedom, but it's definitely like with freedom comes a lot more responsibility. So
yeah.
That's the biggest thing. I think that's what makes people think like, oh, this kind of sucks. It's just you have all these responsibilities. Whereas like in high school, I
paid fucking taxes first time ever.
Yeah.
Claim myself like what the fuck?
Like you're starting to do shit on your own now. And so that's hard for a lot of people. And it all kind of comes at once and it's very overwhelming. And so
and high school doesn't prepare you at all for it.
Oh,
I think everybody knows that, but it's like you're in high school and it's like, oh, the world's great. You're going to go to college and just basically do the same thing you're doing now. And then you get there and you're like, I have to either go into debt, 50K, or I start working my ass off to get this shit paid. Like, I don't know. I just think life hits hard and fast, and
no, it does.
I'm giving a warning, so you can never say I never told you so.
My biggest thing would be just to slow down in high school. Like if you're in high school, like take it easy, take it slow.
Also, if you're thinking about going to something and you're 50-50, go.
Yes.
If you're thinking about going to a basketball game and you're like, I don't know, go. Trust me. You'll miss it. As much as it sounds cringy, you will miss like, oh, I wish I would have gone to a volleyball game. Like I never went to a volleyball game. I wish I would have.
I never went. So I still don't wish I ever went to fucking
volleyball. Well, it's just like, I'm just saying do everything like once. Because if you go once, you can be like, oh, I didn't like that. But you went. Or like, do a lot of, and also like I think me personally, I don't know if this is for everybody else, but do a lot of activities in high school. Like get the most out of your high school experience.
I don't think
like if you want to try this,
I don't think you necessarily have to do
saying,
like a lot of like school activities. But are you just talking about like activities in general?
Like activities in general. If you want to like start lifting, like working out, like a lot. Do it because you have time while you're in high school. You have so much time to do it while you're in high school. You can realize if you like it or not, and also it can lead to a future path, like when you're an adult, to do something. Like, so that's why I'm saying if you want to try something, go for it.
Yeah.
While you're in high school, or else you're gonna like really regret it. And I learned that the hard way because I wanted to play lacrosse for so long, and then I finally played it my senior year, and only got like 2 months worth out of it. And I crave, like, I so badly just want to play that sport again.
Well, because you tore it was cut short because you tore your ACL.
Well, that I would have only been able to play the rest of the summer, but like COVID we only played 5 games.
Oh yeah.
And then COVID took away the rest of them.
Didn't help though.
That was just like that was like
you still have problems with your leg, bro.
That was like when when like the old guy comes out of retirement and like everybody's like, oh, he's gonna be so great, and then he's shit. That was like me coming back for the summer. Everybody was like, oh yeah, Sean's back, and I tore my ACL because I'm fucking old. Past my prime, 19 years old, past my prime.
Peaked.
Just too late. Yeah. But how long have we been going?
We've been going for almost an hour now, I believe. So
no, that's a lie.
We started at 6:10, so it's been about 40 minutes, which is fine.
Yeah. Wow, that's good. I didn't know.
That's good. Yeah, when you're just talking with the boys.
Yeah.
Sean. Oh, and I also want to put a disclaimer at the end, like whoever we talked about, we don't have any bad intentions talking about them. Like it might sound like that. Like there's no hate. We're just like expressing our like opinion or like feelings on the situation. Like we obviously like Sydney McGee, Jack and Gabby, all those people, like we respect them. They've done something good.
And we want you on the podcast.
And we want you on the podcast. But also it's like we wouldn't be talking about them if they didn't accomplish something.
Exactly.
So it's like no hate to any of them. Like if you guys want to come on the podcast and talk more, we're open.
Well, they're not watching this. We'll have to reach out. So
and eventually we probably will. But they might go back and listen to our other podcasts to get a feel.
Right.
Like I don't want them thinking like, oh, we were shitting on them. Like, no, we're just talking like in general. Like about you and everything. So yeah, I think it's time to wrap it up. Who's ending this one?
You.
Oh, it is me. See ya, pussies.